What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. Here I am with my wife, Sydney, and we are in the garage of our first property that we have ever owned together, my first property ever. And in today's video, what we're going to do is break down buying the home, to living in it for 2 years, to then renting it out, to now selling it, and the strategy behind it. So as you guys can see, we've got the cars in the driveway and the dog is in the front, and we've got the for sale sign up. And as of 5 minutes ago, the house is under contract and it's for sale. So today we're gonna be breaking down all the numbers, our strategy, and what we're going to be doing moving forward. So I'm super excited about it. If you guys are too, go down, like the video, subscribe, drop a comment, and let's get into it. All right, guys, so come on in. We're gonna give you a little quick house tour. I already did a house tour video, but come on in. And this was, what, 3 years ago that I posted that video. And today we're gonna be breaking down the numbers of this house and how much we've made, why we're selling it, and everything. So here's the kitchen, as you guys can see. It's nothing crazy, but honestly, it was the perfect first home. And my wife and I were kind of roaming through the house and we were just reflecting on so many good memories that we had in here. So this is our kitchen. Here's the family room, as you guys can see. So super awesome place. We bought this home for $260,000 back at the very end of 2017. And you guys are going to be shocked at how much it is worth today. Drop a comment down below, take a guess. Let me know what you guys think it's worth. It's been almost 4 years later, and we are making a massive profit. So let's go in and check out the rest of the house. We're gonna come up the stairs. Here's the front door. And we're gonna go up real quick. And here is the master bedroom. Oops, I just turned on the fan. We've got 2 walk-in closets, and then we got the bathroom. And as you can see, and then it's got 2 more bedrooms up here. All right, so we got the washer and dryer right here. We got a second bathroom, so it is 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. We got a guest bedroom here, and then this is the 3rd bedroom. And this is where the magic happened in terms of my business. So this was my office. This is where I started literally everything, my Amazon business, my YouTube channel, basically everything that I have at this point. So it all started in this office. I don't know if you guys remember my old backdrop, my old setting. This is the office. And it's super cool to come back here and kind of reflect on my journey and just kind of how everything started and where I'm at right now. A short 4 years, I can't believe where I'm at currently. And I hope that this video inspires you. If you guys have followed my journey, I hope it motivates you and inspires you that, look, anybody can turn nothing into success if you just have the right mindset. Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. And so this is where it all started. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go downstairs. We're gonna break down the numbers, the cost of the home. We rented it out, like I mentioned, for a 1.5 years. Why are we selling it? What I'm going to do in the future, and I'm really excited about it. So let's go back downstairs. All right, so now let's jump inside my screen and let's break down the numbers on my first ever home that I've purchased. So here it is. This is the outside. Again, it's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It does have a basement. If the basement was finished, it would be just under 2,400 square feet. So that is the home. In 2017, at the very end of the year, December 2017, that's when we purchased the home for $260,000. At the time, I actually had a 9-to-5 job, and that's how I was able to qualify for the home. That's something that's super important, is to have income history, and being employed, having a 9-to-5 job helps you be able to qualify for the loan, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. But the purchase price was $260,000. In March 2020, that is when we moved from here and we bought the home. Literally, it's less than 10 minutes away, just across the freeway, basically, in March 2020. We actually moved into this home the day of COVID, Friday the 13th. I'll never forget. And what we ended up deciding to do is to keep this property. Our goal was, we didn't want to move into another home unless we could keep this and rent it out. That was kind of our mentality going into this home, was, hey, we're gonna buy it. We'll live in it for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, whatever it is. And then once we have enough money, we'll keep it and we'll move into another home. And it took us 2 years. We moved to here. and we rented out this property. So we purchased it 2017, moved in March 2020. We rented it for a year and a half. So we just got the renters to leave the very just September of 2021. And we just sold it. It's not quite yet sold, it's under contract. So hopefully it goes through. I mean, something could happen, you never know, but it is going to sell October 2021. So we rented it out for a year and a half. Awesome experience. Our renters were phenomenal. They paid us all through the pandemic, never were late, took care of the property. It looks awesome. But those are just kind of the numbers to kind of paint the picture. So now let's jump into the price that we sold it for, and that was $445,000. So that is what we sold this property for. And it's kind of crazy that literally 2017 property was worth 260. And at the time we were like, this is crazy. Like, we're getting a home that's $260,000. And now homes like this are selling for $500,000. And ours is selling for $445,000. So there's a lot of equity, a lot of appreciation, which I'm going to break down now. So we purchased it for $260. Our down payment, like I mentioned, I had a 9 to 5 job. And for those that haven't watched my video of the sacrifices that I've made to get to where I'm at right now, we actually lived with my grandparents for 8 months. And that is what we did, is we lived with them completely rent-free and just saved literally everything that I was making. And we were able to put down a down payment of $30,000 to get into this home. So that was our down payment. Over the 4 years, it's appreciated $185,000, which is just kind of crazy to factor in. If we do the calculator, $185,000, divide that by 4, it appreciated $46,000 every single year. That's more money than I made at my 9 to 5 job. Like, that's crazy, just in appreciation. And then let's talk about cash flow. So in the year and a half, just from cash flow, we netted about $10,000. It's just under, is like $9,500 in cash flow from rent. And then over the 4 years, we've paid about $10,000 down in principal. For those that don't know what principal is, when you get a loan, part of your payment goes towards the loan, and then the other paying off the interest, and then the other part goes towards principal, so paying down the loan. So $10,000 over the span of 4 years in principal. If we add up all of the numbers, as you guys can see, our total profit was $235,000 over a span of 4 years. So again, if we divide that per year, that's $58,000 per year. That is insane to look at. Now, the one thing to kind of note is we weren't able to realize those gains right away. And that's the one thing with real estate that people don't quite understand is, yeah, you may have a lot of equity, you might have a lot of cash in the homes and the appreciation, but you don't actually realize those gains until you sell the property. And so that was our thought process, is look, we have $235,000 tied up into this house. We can sell it and put that $235,000 to use in a number of different areas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those gains and I'm going to go buy multiple properties. So instead of just having one, now I'm going to go and buy multiple, which is going to improve my cash flow, and my money is going to be working a lot harder for me. So that is kind of the consensus that we came up with, that, hey, it's a good time to sell. The market's hot. It's the value's increased insane. And so now we're going to take that profit, 1031 exchange it into more rental properties and avoid a lot of taxes as well. So that is the strategy. That's the game plan. And so now what I want to do is break down why I recommend buying a home. And there's a lot of people that say never ever buy a home, rent where you live. And I understand that concept, but at the same time, looking at these numbers, and if you use this strategy, buying a home is one of the best things that you can do under one condition. And there's a lot of, this is where people make the big mistakes. So let's come right here. And what you're going to do is when you buy your home, you want to make sure that you can rent it in the future. So buy a home you can rent in the future. So you need to check HOA, you need to check the neighborhood, you need to make sure that there's actually demand in the area and what our home is renting for, and kind of do the math and just make sure that it's possible down the road. So that's number one. And then the second thing is, once you buy that home, do not move until you have enough saved up to buy the next home without having to sell your current home. That's where people become kind of house rich and cash poor, I guess, because what happens is they buy a home. Let's just take this home for example. I bought it for $260,000. If we would have sold it a year and a half ago when we moved into our old home, we would have been able to sell it for like $300,000. So we would have made like a decent amount of money, like 40 grand. Okay, so that's a lot of money, and we could have put that money and went and bought a bigger, better house. And that's what a lot of people do, is they take that money and they just roll it over into another property. And that doesn't improve your finances at all. All it's doing is making you house rich. And so what the strategy should be is do not move unless you can keep this property, qualify for a second home, keep this, rent it, and then buy the second home. And that's what we did. And that's how we were able to really capitalize on an insane amount of profit, is because we were smart with our money and we did not move until we had enough money saved up to buy the home where we currently live. So if that's the strategy, buying a home is an amazing opportunity. If you're just buying a home to then sell it in 2 years, to roll it over into another home, to roll it over in another home, eventually, yeah, you'll be a millionaire, but it's all just sitting in the equity of your primary residence. And where the money is at is building equity in the home, being able to rent it out, buying multiple properties, not just owning one, it's owning multiple. So that's the strategy that we used and implemented, and it's worked amazing. Again, we're gonna take this profit, we're gonna go buy more rental properties. If you guys wanna see another video, we're up to 5 doors. Actually, we're going to be down to 4 doors because we're selling this, but we're gonna go buy a few more with the money that we're making here. And I'm really excited about the progress and just kind of my real estate journey. So that's why I build businesses. That's why I sell on Amazon. That's why I'm a serial entrepreneur, is to make that money to then invest in real estate. And that's my long-term game, to be financially free, hopefully by the time I am 30 years old. So that's the goal, throwing it out there. In 5 years, I will not have to work another day in my life. Could happen a lot sooner, probably, but that is the goal, 30 years, and that is my game plan, is through real estate. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, like the video, subscribe, drop a comment, and we will see you in the next video.